Enjoy the Betfred Ledger with our big race caller, Richard Hoyles.
So last two to go forward will be Middle Earth, the aid of the blanket, and Arrest, who was last into the paddock, was first out onto the racecourse, and will be last into the stalls. Frankie Dettori, on his final domestic classic ride, heads in with the Betfred Ledger, 1 mile, 6.5 furlongs, just shy of one complete circuit, and they leave the stalls to the cheer of the crowd. And early on, Chess Piece is one of the first to show, and also moving forward, Denmark and Gregory taking a handy position as well. So it's Denmark who leads early on for Danny Tudhope, Gregory in second place in the gold sleeve jacket. Chess Piece is wide out early on in the blue. Fourth place belongs to Arrest, who is just ahead of racing in fifth place, Alexandropolis. They're being followed by Continuous, who's quite keen. The Royal Runner is Desert Hero. There's a couple from the back with Tower of London, and last of all is Middle Earth. So out in front, Denmark at just an even pace. Gregory continuing just to hold that gap open on the running rail, is half a length away as they make their progress towards the climb, short one at Rose Hill. In third is Chess Piece. Arrest is quite keen in fourth place in the white sleeves, pink and white with the green jacket, racing on the outside at this stage of Alexandropolis. Continuous with the white stripe on the face on the outside of Desert Hero, and Middle Earth continues to be held up at the back of the field in company with Tower of London, who is last of all. So it's Denmark who will lead this steady turn. From in second place Gregory, and third is Chess Piece in these early exchanges. Alexandropolis racing in fourth with Arrest on that one's outside in fifth. Then the scarlet sleeves of the Royal Runner, Desert Hero. Continuous is next, then Middle Earth, as they make their steady progress down the side of the racecourse and heading on towards halfway in the Betfred Ledger. Denmark has the lead. Gregory still just on the running rail, half a length away. Chess Piece in third, and then in fourth place Alexandropolis. Arrest on the outside of Desert Hero, who's racing in sixth place. So Frankie Dettori alongside Tom Marquand on the Royal Runner. Continuous under Ryan Moore in seventh place, then Middle Earth, and last of all is Tower of London. It's been an evenly run race. Denmark still leads by a neck. Gregory in second place, Chess Piece racing in third. In fourth place Alexandropolis with Desert Hero and Arrest. Then Continuous as they continue their steady progress that'll bring them back towards the home straight. So they have 5 furlongs to travel in the Ledger. Gregory looks like being the first to commit as he strides alongside Denmark. Chess Piece in the blue, Alexandropolis. Arrest is now asked for the effort. Desert Hero trying to work into the race as well. First signs of anxiety from Continuous, moving towards the inside as Gregory is the one who tries to up the ante with Denmark. These two from Chess Piece. Arrest down the outside, Alexandropolis and Continuous. Still trying to stay on from the back is Tower of London. Gregory leads, but they're queuing up in behind. Arrest and Continuous, who's threaded his way through the pack, and Tower of London down the outside, and then the Royal Runner Desert Hero. Continuous takes the lead from Arrest in second place. Tower of London down the outside, then Desert Hero and Gregory trying to stay on, but it's Continuous who surged to the front in the Ledger, has the advantage from Arrest in second place. Tower of London, and then in the inside Desert Hero, but Continuous is keeping up the gallop. Arrest in second, Desert Hero staying on into third, but Continuous, but Ryan Moore and Aidan O'Brien wins the Ledger. Continuous beat Arrest, the Royal Runner Desert Hero third, Tower of London and Gregory, they were clear of Chess Piece. Middle Earth never showed, Denmark dropped out. Likewise Alexandropolis. Continuous threaded through the field and was pretty dominant in the end, went 3 lengths clear and held that advantage to the line. Arrest in second place, Desert Hero ran well in third, Tower of London fourth. Gregory every chance, just couldn't get away from the pack who was snapping at his heels and ran him down in fifth place. Continuous, a son of Heart's Cry, a big European success for that stallion. Wins for Ryan Moore and Aidan O'Brien. Win number 7 in this classic for Aidan. And Continuous just kept on rolling.
Oh, it's 7th heaven for Ballydoyle. Their success is continuous. They've won another St. Ledger. He is unstoppable right now, Aidan O'Brien. He continues to break records. It wasn't to be for Frankie in second. It wasn't to be for the King and Queen in third. Horse number 4, Jason, won it well, didn't he?
Well, despite him being very keen in the early stages, so the good angle in is that he's going to be fully effective when he drops back in trip on whatever they decide to do with him.
He's done it again, Matt.
Aidan O'Brien, He's just making his second phone call, a 7th St Ledger. Aidan, you were right, that great voltage of form was superb.
Yeah, we were surprised how well he stayed, and like we knew at Ascot over 1.5 miles it was very slow, so we weren't sure that he would stay, Matt. So, but we went a very strong gallop in York, and he did get the trip very well. Ryan gave him a beautiful ride, very patient on him. Rachel rides him in all his work. Aoife rides him out all the time. Andrew is in charge of him with Ed. So listen, it's very special. Ranju led him up. A lot of people, Rory, a lot of people do a lot of work with this horse day in, day out, and like really appreciate everyone. So delighted for all the lads, Michael and Dorian, John and Sue, Derek and Gay, incredible really, and George and Emily. So delighted for everybody.
Just very quick question before you speak to Ryan. Any chance this horse could go for the Arc, Aidan, or is that too soon?
It's definitely a possibility. The lads will decide those things like they always do, but they'll speak to Ryan. But he's a lot of class, this horse, and he does stay, and he does handle soft ground. So I'd say there's every chance he could match. He's a hardy horse. He's had a strong, hard programme early, so he might back up in 2 weeks. But listen, the lads will decide that. But I'd say there's definitely a chance.
Well, you are unstoppable, Ballydor Maestro. Well done.
Thanks very much, man.
Well done.
Thank you, man.
Well, just down with Ryan Moore, and Ryan, that was just such an impressive performance. He went clear and he just seemed to keep going further and further clear. Were you expecting him to pull that out like that?
He's a real smart horse. We cantered round, to be honest with you, and I thought, go back to the inside. The run came and I had to go. He's a very genuine horse. I mean, he won a group race as a 2-year-old in awful ground, and he's been coming back, improving every run. He's by Heart's Cry, who's top stallion was a top stallion in Japan. I think he was the only horse to beat Deep Impact in Japan. So he's very rare. He's getting better. He's great wall to win. He travels. He's got a turn of foot, and he's a lot of guts.
He does have a lot of guts, and this is only a 3rd St Ledger win for you. You haven't ridden in the race since 2018 with Kew Gardens, obviously because of the clash with Irish Champions Weekend, but it's a special race to win, and in front of a crowd like this today with the King and Queen here.
Yeah, great crowd, and it's a shame the way the scheduling has been. It'd be great if they could keep them apart in future. You know, unfortunately I haven't been here on this day as often as I'd like, you know, but it's a classic and last one of the year, and it's great to get it in.
Well, you may have spoiled the Frankie party and you may have spoiled the Royal party. We're still delighted. Well done, Ryan. A great success.
Thanks very much, Diane. Thank you.
They truly are a remarkable combination. 3-1, Continuous went off at and won the Ledger. Arrest was second at 11-4. Desert Hero in third. The winner convincing though, and Aidan O'Brien, who reached that 4,000 landmark last weekend at Irish Champions Weekend, now has 43 British Classics. The remarkable thing about that total is more than 10% of Group 1s, 418 Group 1s. You run out of superlatives for him as a trainer. He has won the Betfred St Ledger for a 7th time. Continuous, the winner this time. He's the 15th horse to do the Great Voltager Ledger double. Right, Jason, we pick it up here, and Ryan zips down the inside.
Yeah, he went there, and I thought momentarily as the runners started to rush towards the outside, was he going to get caught in a pocket? But that goes to show that he's still got so much pony underneath him, if you like, that he's able to manoeuvre him through the gap. And he committed a long way down. It wasn't like he was waiting and thinking about stamina. He's gone and committed.
That was a brilliant shot there, wasn't it? Because you really did see him slicing through the field there and putting his speed to the fore. I feel like the early sectionals weren't that quick. It was not a particularly strong tempo set by Denmark. There were a few horses in behind that were pulling. Even Continuous looked a touch keen, Arrest as well. So I think it helped Continuous's chances that they hadn't got a super strong tempo for the duration of the mile 6. He was able to really show his turn of foot late.
It's a familiar scene, isn't it? Everyone's saying well done to Aidan. What did the Royal Box make of it? It wasn't to be. Third in the St Ledger. I'm sure they enjoyed it. The debrief will now happen. No excuses for the second and third, really, Adele. They were well beaten.
Yeah, I was a little bit nervous with Desert Hero when I seen him in the prelims. I just didn't think his mind was fully on the job today, and you can't really make any excuses for him in the finish at all. There was a couple of them that were slightly keen, I suppose. They didn't go overly quick. I thought they'd go a bit quicker than what they did, but it was a nice even gallop in the end, so you can't really make too many excuses for those that have been finishing behind. Gregory, I just think, has gone really, really Francesco.